History echoes across the decades, whispering tales of past conflicts and strategic decisions. Today, June 27, 2025, marks a pivotal moment. Britain stands on the verge of a major defence shift, a decision that will ripple through international relations and redefine its military capabilities. The nation is reviving a capability abandoned over 25 years ago, a strategic about-face with profound implications. The UK will procure 12 American F-35A Lightning II jets, state-of-the-art aircraft representing the cutting edge of aerial combat technology. These aren't just any F-35As, they are specifically designed and modified to carry nuclear weapons, a crucial detail that underscores the gravity of this decision. This marks the return of an air-launched nuclear strike force, a potent symbol of Britain's commitment to its own defence and its role on the global stage. It's a Cold War ghost summoned to face new global threats, a resurrection of a capability thought to be consigned to the history books. For nearly 3 decades, Britain's nuclear deterrent has been solely submarine-based, a silent sentinel patrolling the depths. This deterrent, hidden beneath the Atlantic in the form of Trident missiles, has been the cornerstone of the UK's nuclear strategy. But the world has changed dramatically in recent years. New threats, more agile and unpredictable, demand a more flexible and visible deterrent. The F-35A, with its advanced technology and versatility, adds complexity and adaptability to Britain's nuclear posture, enhancing its overall effectiveness. It's offering a tactical option alongside the strategic submarine force, providing a wider range of responses in a crisis. This isn't just about new jets, it's about fundamentally rethinking nuclear deterrence for the complex and ever-evolving security landscape of the 21st century. To truly understand the significance of this decision, we must revisit the era of the V-bombers, those iconic aircraft that once formed the backbone of Britain's nuclear deterrent. We need to explore why Britain abandoned air-based nukes in 1998, a decision that seemed logical at the time, but now appears to be undergoing a dramatic reversal. Only by understanding the past, the strategic context and the technological limitations of that era, can we truly grasp why Britain is stepping back into the nuclear skies, armed with a new generation of aircraft and a renewed sense of purpose. In 1998, the world felt, at least on the surface, safer than it had in decades. The anxieties of the previous half-century seemed to be receding into the past. The Cold War was over. The ideological battle lines that had defined global politics for so long were dissolving. The Soviet Union, the great communist adversary, was gone, fragmented into new nations. A wave of optimism washed over the world, a sense that cooperation and peace were finally within reach. In this atmosphere, the UK took a significant step, retiring its last air-launched nuclear weapon, the WE.177 bomb. This act brought to a close a 50-year chapter of airborne nuclear deterrence, a strategy born out of the darkest days of the Cold War. The V-bombers, those iconic symbols of Britain's early nuclear capability, and later more modern jets like the Tornado, had stood ready to deliver their deadly payload. They had symbolized British nuclear might, a key component of the nation's defense strategy during the long decades of superpower rivalry. But by 1998, the perceived threat seemed to have faded, replaced by a sense of cautious optimism. The Strategic Defence Review, a comprehensive assessment of Britain's defence needs, concluded that the Trident submarines, lurking silently beneath the waves alone, were enough to provide a credible nuclear deterrent. They were seen as invulnerable, powerful, and ultimately more cost-effective than maintaining an air-based nuclear capability. Air-based nukes were increasingly seen as redundant, a relic of a bygone era, and expensive to maintain and upgrade. This decision was made in a world that seemed to be moving decisively away from nuclear brinkmanship towards arms control and disarmament. Britain's move was also intended as a powerful gesture toward global disarmament, a signal of its commitment to a world free from nuclear weapons. The hope was that this example would encourage other nations to follow suit, reducing the global stockpile of nuclear weapons. The specialized infrastructure required to support the W.177 was dismantled, the squadrons that had operated the aircraft stood down, their roles reassigned or eliminated, and with a sense of finality, the airborne nuclear chapter closed, seemingly for good. For over 20 years, this policy held firm, a cornerstone of Britain's post-Cold War defence posture. Even as new and evolving threats such as international terrorism and sophisticated cyber attacks emerged to challenge national security, the Trident system was continuously modernized and upgraded, ensuring its continued effectiveness, and the next generation of nuclear submarines, the Dreadnought class, were planned and construction begun. However, few at the time could have foreseen the dramatic shift in geopolitics that was on the horizon, a shift that would eventually force Britain to reconsider its long-held assumptions about nuclear deterrence. A return to the skies, perhaps, was becoming necessary once more to ensure national security in an increasingly uncertain world. The world's stability, it turned out, was far more fragile and easily disrupted than it had initially seemed in those optimistic days of 1998. The Lockheed Martin F-35. A Lightning II is far more than just a typical fighter jet. It represents a paradigm shift in air power. It's a multi-role platform designed to dominate the skies and project power across the globe. It's a fifth-generation stealth platform meticulously engineered for the complexities of modern warfare, incorporating cutting-edge technology and unparalleled situational awareness. Its advanced sensors and network capabilities make it a formidable asset on the battlefield. While both the F-35A and F-35B variants offer advanced capabilities, only the F-35A has been certified to carry nuclear weapons internally, a crucial distinction that enhances its strategic importance. This internal carriage is vital, preserving its stealth capabilities even on the most sensitive and high-stakes nuclear missions. Its advanced stealth design, coupled with electronic warfare capabilities, allows it to effectively evade even the most sophisticated and integrated air defense systems deployed by potential adversaries. This makes it a credible and reliable nuclear delivery system, capable of penetrating enemy airspace and delivering its payload with precision. The F-35A's advanced sensors, data fusion and secure data links provide pilots with unmatched situational awareness, giving them a comprehensive understanding of the battle space. This enhanced awareness is absolutely crucial for pilots undertaking high-stakes missions in contested environments, where every decision can have significant consequences. This isn't just about the technical capability of carrying a nuclear bomb. It's about much more than that. It's about guaranteeing successful delivery of that ordnance, even against the world's most formidable and technologically advanced adversaries, ensuring mission success. The F-35A fundamentally transforms the concept of air-launched nuclear deterrence, moving it into the 21st century. It provides a modern, highly survivable and remarkably flexible capability, ensuring a credible deterrent posture. It's the key element underpinning Britain's renewed status and strategic influence on the global stage. The F-35A solidifies the UK's position as a top-tier air-based nuclear power, capable of projecting power and deterring aggression. The Lightning II is not just an aircraft. It represents the future of Britain's nuclear reach and its commitment to global security. The F-35A's power comes from its payload, the American B-6112 nuclear gravity bomb. This isn't a blunt Cold War relic, it's a precision variable yield weapon designed for today's complex threats. The B-6112's dialer yield feature allows its explosive power to be tailored for each mission, from tactical to strategic. Its guided tail kit turns it into a precision munition, able to strike hardened targets with minimal collateral damage. This flexibility makes the deterrent more credible and usable, complicating any adversary's calculations. The B-6112 is designed to threaten what adversaries value most: leadership, command centers, and nuclear forces, by fielding F-35. As with B-6112S, the UK gains a qualitatively different capability from Trident's city-busting role. It's a tool of doubt and deterrence, not just destruction. Britain's F-35A purchase is deeply tied to its NATO commitments, especially the alliance's nuclear sharing arrangement. Under this program, US B-61 bombs are forward deployed in Europe with Allied jets and pilots trained for nuclear missions. The UK's 12 F-35 as will join this pool, ready to operate alongside other NATO allies. In peacetime, the bombs remain under US control. In crisis, they could be released to the RAF under strict NATO procedures. This strengthens NATO's deterrent, sending a clear message of unity and resolve, especially to Russia. The stealthy F-35 has added a new dimension, complicating any adversary's defences. For Britain, it's a reaffirmation of leadership and commitment to European security. The UK is once again at the heart of NATO's nuclear strategy. The F-35. A purchase is part of a sweeping defence overhaul, not a standalone move. The UK is boosting defence spending to 5% of GDP by 2035, modernising its armed forces for a new era of great power rivalry. Investments are focused on the Royal Navy's Dreadnought-class submarines, expanded attack subfleet, and undersea warfare. The review also prioritizes space and cyber capabilities, recognizing future wars will be fought in new domains. Revitalizing the defense industry and munitions stockpiles is a key lesson from recent conflicts. The F-35A fits into this broader strategy, one piece of a comprehensive effort to rearm for an age of instability. Britain is preparing to defend itself and its allies against any threat. The new F-35A squadron will be based at RAF Marham in Norfolk, already home to the UK's F-35B fleet. Co-locating both variants streamlines logistics, training, and maintenance. RAF Marham will undergo major upgrades, hardened shelters, secure weapon storage, and US oversight for B-6112 bombs. US Air Force personnel will help ensure security and protocol. The squadron's initial focus will be intensive training, preparing pilots and crews for the nuclear mission in close cooperation with NATO allies. When not on nuclear standby, these jets will boost the UK's conventional air power, ready for a range of missions. RAF Marham becomes a powerhouse of air combat, from conventional strikes to ultimate deterrence. Britain's return to air-launched nukes is a direct response to a more dangerous world. Russia's invasion of Ukraine and nuclear threats shattered Europe's security consensus, forcing NATO to rethink deterrence. Uncertainty about America's long-term commitment to Europe has pushed the UK to strengthen its own nuclear role. China's nuclear expansion and rogue states like North Korea add to the global instability. Relying on a single deterrent is now seen as risky. Diversifying with air-launched nukes is prudent. The combination of submarine and air-based systems creates a more robust, credible posture. This isn't nostalgia, it's a hard-headed response to today's threats. The world of 2025 is far more perilous than that of 1998. Britain's return to air-launched nuclear weapons is controversial and risky. Supporters argue it's essential for deterrence, alliance cohesion, and maintaining Britain's global influence. The F-35A and B-6112 combo strengthens NATO and reassures allies, making war less likely. Critics warn of high costs, the risk of a new arms race, and the danger of lowering the nuclear threshold. There's fear that RAF Marham could become a prime target, putting civilians at risk. The ultimate question, is Britain ready for this new nuclear age? The hardware is coming, but the strategic and ethical challenges are immense. As Britain rearms, it steps back into the most dangerous game of all, one where the stakes are survival itself.